my mistake. I was too kind to you. Still can't believe that this is what you want me to go through. Could have been easier, could have tried at the least from what you said you're gonna be, but no, you don't need to take all the blame. Just know you caused me pain, no. Take all the blame. Just know you.
Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I want to focus on a team that caused us so much pain in the 2018 Tennessee Volunteers. I want to focus on what the Tennessee 19 Volunteers can do to get better. So the first one I kind of want to talk about is more on the coaching staff and kind of play execution. But one of the things that we need to start doing is that when we go aggressive with onside kicks just sporadically, which I think there were 5 this year. West Virginia, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Vanderbilt. Yeah, I think that's 5. I think I can count. Hit one. We don't need, I don't want to be shooting on onside kicks like I shoot at a bar at a whopping 0%. I think we can do a little better. I mean, I love the aggression. I have zero problem with it, as I already stated. But we need to do a better job of executing. Another thing I would like to see get a little better is our third down converting. Now, did you realize we had 157 attempts on third down? We converted a whopping 60 of them, which is in case you're not a math whiz, I plugged it on a calculator. It's like 38%. Alabama, who we should be striving to beat / be better than, or at least equivalent to, hits 52.12%. Now, I know that we aren't as talented as Alabama, but at least we should be able to flirting around the line of an OJ conviction rate. Not to mention that 12 times it was third and real short, and we got stopped. I mean, on top of that, we had 2 false starts penalties, a holding penalty, a fumble on fourth down conversion, just to add to a couple more drives in which we were stopped and failed to, produce in a situation that was absolutely winnable. I mean, especially when we have talent like Ty Chandler, Tim Jordan, Madre London, Jeremy Banks, and then that new 4-star recruit Eric Gray that we stole from Michigan. We had that incredible stretch where we stole 5 guys from Michigan. It was absolutely beautiful. Suck it, Jim Harbaugh. The next thing I want to talk about, turnovers. The thing that every coach ever has talked to his Pee Wee football team about. Oh my God, we need to win the turnover battle. Every guy on ESPN's well, you gotta win the turnover margin to win the game. So let's just take a little gander. So, in terms of offense and turning the ball over, we were top 30 fewest turnovers. We had 16. The problem is, on defense, we only had 15 turnovers. Especially if we talk about the Georgia game, which I don't want to, but I will. Where we had, I think it was 3 fumbles that none of us recovered. No, I think it was 4 fumbles that we didn't recover. We caused 4 fumbles and didn't recover 1. We couldn't get our fat asses on the ball enough to hold it for a couple seconds. Also, we can always talk about the one where Justin Fields, at least I think it was Justin Fields, was scrambling out to the right, caused a fumble. I think the tight end or the fullback picked it up and scored a fucking 30-yard tutter, in classic Tennessee fashion. Go us. But anyways, I mean, in order to win in an incredibly tough SEC conference, we have to start being able to win the turnover battle. And then we have 3 4-star corners coming in hot. Jalen McCollin, Tyus Fields, and Warren Burrell. Not to mention we might pick up a 5-star or another 4-star DB coming up here before National Signing Day is over. So I think we're still looking pretty good. It's just that, it's also first year under a new defensive system. And it's actually, a decent DC and an actual head coach that knows what a defense is. So, that's wonderful. So I'm down to give, as we did with Butch Jones, we gave Butch 4 fucking years. I'm down to give Jeremy at least another one before we start getting pitchforks and all that jazz, like the national media would lead you to believe, because Tennessee fans are idiots for hiring Greg Schiano, one of the greatest head coaches of all time, according to ESPN. And Dan Wolken. Alright, and the next thing I kind of want to talk about is, where does the defense start? It's on the front line. And so, if you saw a couple Tennessee games, by the fourth quarter, our D-line of Shy Tuttle, Alexis Johnson, and Kyle Phillips were absolutely gassed. We played pretty well in the first half. I'll give it to us. I like us. We're doing pretty decent. I mean, the offensive struggles are, kind of piling on because, as we all saw, the Tennessee offense wasn't that prolific unless you're talking like the Auburn or the Kentucky game. So we had to rely on the defense, which kind of puts a struggle or a strain on the defense, makes them tired, and so when it comes to the second half numbers are not going to look as great as we saw in the first half, which is why, like, Florida blew us out in the second half. I mean, Alabama just kind of dunked on us from the first quarter, but then you saw a bunch of people start kind of breaking through, especially when they threw in their second stringers. And now the issue is Shai, Alexis, and Kyle are all gone. So now we really gotta expect Jeremy Pruitt to kind of coach up the guys we still have remaining, like Emmett Gooden, Matthew Butler, and Kevion Bennett. Not to mention, Jeremy did recruit some 4-star recruits on like the defensive line with Roman Harris, Savion Williams, and Quervius, who is a 4-star athlete and is expected to be absolutely flying into the backfield, causing, some pressure, maybe stopping some runs sometimes on blitzes. It's going to be beautiful to watch. Now, as Colin Cowherd would say, let me switch to this. What I want to talk about now is our completely bipolar game planning. Like, I don't understand what's going on there, because it seems like the stuff that worked in Auburn and Indiana against Kentucky, we just never did in any other game. Like tossing a 50-50 ball up to Juwan Jennings and, Marquez Callaway. Just throwing those up because, there's some big boys. And they put up big boy numbers. And they make big boy plays. So why don't we trust them making big boy plays? No. To me, it looked like the OC was basically just like, you know what? We're going to make Jared Garantano really efficient, but not really effective. Because there's a difference. So, what? I mean, you're going to look great if you're Blake Bortles at UCF throwing bubble screens all the time, and hopefully that your wide receivers are so freakishly athletic they make plays and they make a 50 or 20, or they run the ball for 25 yards. So it looks like you threw the ball for 25 yards, but really you threw a bubble screen. Like, it's not hard at all. So your efficiency numbers look incredible, but your actual output, like we saw with Blake Bortles in the pros, doesn't really convert. But I will give it to Jared, because if we've all seen a couple Tennessee games, if you're researching or searching for Tennessee Volunteer Football on YouTube, I'm sure you've seen at least 2 or 3 Tennessee games this year. From what I saw, every time Jarrett took a 5-step drop or was in the pocket for longer than the average, 3 to 4 seems like he was running like a madman. Like, we had 0 offensive line protection. And yes, that is a result of having a really young and a very injured team. But you know what? Everyone's young and everyone gets injured. I mean, Aaron Kraft, I'm pretty sure, played college basketball for 8 years and is currently 45. And I have no idea how he had eligibility for all 12 years that he played. Besides him, normal people in college are still 18 to 21 / 22. So they still have time to learn and grow and develop and become bigger, stronger, faster, and smarter. And so, even with that, the guys that are coming in, we have 3 4-star offensive linemen. And it's looking great. We got one guy from our hometown Nashville kid, went to NBA, really good guy. I've met him before. He's wonderful. But after all is said and done, we expect Jeremy Pruitt to be at least a mid-level tier coach in the SEC. Now, Grant, I don't think there's that many great coaches. I mean, Will Muschamp is still winning games in South Carolina, and Will Muschamp's a dope. And I don't understand how he beats Tennessee every freaking year that he play him. It's insane, and I hate it. I hate Butch Jones. I don't understand it, how he can't beat Will Muschamp, but it's infuriating. But I'll stop it. I'll get off the topic. I hate Will Muschamp so goddamn much. Anyways, as long as he coaches decently, we will make it to a bowl at minimum, hopefully 8 wins. I think I predicted 9 wins in my last Tennessee video. It's absolutely possible. And that's all I got for you guys today. Really appreciate it if you like the video, and drop a like, drop a sub. The videos that I borrowed, the actual video content and then the song content, will be in the description down below. It's also where you can see me on Twitter. I mean, I have 20 followers, so, really catching up to my YouTube subs, But anyways, I appreciate y'all listening, and yes, Cody, I will eventually make a video on the Tennessee recruits. I was just waiting until after National Signing Day, because I didn't want to do one now and then a couple more sign with us, and I have to make an entirely new video, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. But I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. Have a good day.